Thank you very much for inviting me to this celebration. I'm really delighted to contribute to this series of activities around the 25th anniversary of the SciELO program. My name is Michael Arentoft and I'm heading the European Commission's Open Science and Research Infrastructures unit. Open science is a policy area which is common to our two regions. It's an area where we can compare policies, actions, and experiences, and we can indeed learn from each other. That's why back in 2020, the European Union and the Latin American and Caribbean region identified open science as a joint priority. To take action on this joint priority, we're building on a very rich history of cooperation between our regions in research and innovation. The EU CELAC Joint Initiative on Research and Innovation provides a very good framework for deepening our cooperation. Its strategic framework identifies research infrastructures and innovation as two of the pillars for building an EU CELAC common research area. And it calls, very importantly, for exploring joint initiatives in open science. In Europe, we're accelerating our policy initiatives around open science. We recently reinforced our line of action around open access scholarly publishing. Firstly, scientific publications resulting from public funds should be openly accessible, immediately, unrestrictedly, and freely for society and for other researchers to build on. Now, this is not the case today, where less than 50% of scientific publications are available in open access. And we also know that access comes at a very high cost for research institutions and for research funders. Secondly, the research system needs diversity in the offer of scholarly publication models, which corresponds to the needs of our researchers. Again, such diversity is not the case today. So, what are we doing about it? Well, first, we are pushing to significantly expand non-for-profit open access models that currently represent only a very small part of the market here in Europe. This would imply a scholarly publishing system much more anchored in public research organizations and a role of private publishers as providers of specific services with pricing which is commensurate. Secondly, such redirection or rebalancing of funds should be accompanied by research assessment reforms, primarily based on qualitative judgment of a diversity of research outputs that go much beyond publications. And third, there is a need to build capacities, very much both in terms of infrastructures, services, and also in terms of skills. Another example, at the same time, we are accelerating efforts around the European Open Science Cloud, or EOSC. So EOSC shall enable our researchers to find, access, reuse resources, be they research publications, research data, research software or services, and that beyond their institutional or national borders and beyond their discipline of practices with a single set of credentials. They shall be able to get support for fair data management, integration of fair data sets, and combination of services as a package. And they shall be provided with a stepwise approach to execute open research workflows. Also, service providers should achieve outreach beyond their usual user base by publishing their resources into multiple locations. And finally, research makers and funders like us shall be able to get a view of open science infrastructure resources and to build, implement, and consult open science indicators. So we very much acknowledge the many strengths of the Latin American region in the quest for open science, and clearly SciELO has played an important role in advancing this endeavor. In particular, we have seen a leading role of the Latin American region in developing and sustaining non-for-profit models and the efficient coordination of infrastructures at the regional level. And we are, of course, very willing to continue learning from your experience on this. It is obvious to us that we share the values and the vision towards open science as the modus operandi of undertaking research. We agree that open science is critical for our research and innovation to become of higher quality, more efficient, and more impactful, sustainable, and equitable. We have also seen many similarities in the way that different actors in our two regions pursue specific initiatives, be it on boundary conditions for developing open science practices, on digital open access infrastructure, on skills development, or on incentives and rewards. Now, to advance on all these fronts, we clearly need continued strong cooperation between our two regions. Now, with this, I would like to thank you very much again for inviting me to join this celebration of the 25th anniversary of SciELO. Thank you.